Hey there, Danny here. Welcome to my ramblings. In a new spot today. I moved the portable AC unit from over that way to this way. Excuse the mess of the background. I live here and it's small. Anyways, I wanted to come on and say happy Father's Day, happy belated Father's Day to all the dads out there, especially mine. Love you, Dad. The one thing that I noticed yesterday, I do delivery for DoorDash, and the one thing that I noticed yesterday when I was out doing delivery was we don't appreciate fathers as much as we should. On Mother's Day, I love doing delivery because it's always so pleasurable and joyful to a lot of kids, a lot of adult kids that don't live in the state that their parent does will send them a pizza or flowers or have food delivered to them or crumble cookies or something like that. And some of them know it's coming, some of them don't. But it's so enjoyable, and I get such great pleasure out of delivering on that day because I get to talk to these mothers and they tell me all about their kids and the one who sent them this, and they're just ever so excited over it, and that makes me feel good because I get to enjoy their excitement. That's not what happens on Father's Day. I don't do any deliveries that say anything about Happy Father's Day. Most of the Mother's Day deliveries are not just leave at the door and walk away. Most of them are I have to literally hand them to the person. I don't see that really on Father's Day, and it's kind of sad. I mean, do we not see that part of our problem in our society is that we're not fully appreciating fathers the way that we should? That we're not fully giving them the same kind of love and respect that we give to mothers. Why is that? I don't know, but I think that every one of us should start putting more time in, and I am guilty of it just as much as everybody else is. I was busy yesterday, which I shouldn't have done, but I was, and I neglected to contact my dad. So I'm just as guilty as everybody else. So I'm not judging, I'm just saying these are some questions to ponder. Maybe next Father's Day when I do delivery, I will see lots of deliveries for fathers. That would be a great change of pace. I would like to be as happy on Father's Day as I am on Mother's Day with doing deliveries. Anyways, with that said, that's about all I have for today. I am in the process, as you all know, I live in my RV. I love it to death. I hate the window boxes that are on here and the blinds, so I'm about ready to change them out. I have decided that I am going to use, and I'm going to do a video on it that I will share with you, that I will put on the channel here so you can see. The reason that I'm bringing this up, I'll get to the point after I explain this. So I'm going to redo my windows so I have blackout curtains and keep some of the sun out of here and the heat out of here. And I'm going to do it a really simple and cheap way, and I will give you, in the video, I'll tell you what my costs was and how much time and effort you'll see. The video will be sped up a little more than the full time, but I'll record it all and then put it together. Anyways, the reason that I'm bringing this up is I belong to a newbies group on Facebook. And I've been doing this now for this month for 2 years. And when you first start out on this endeavor to live this mobile lifestyle, you watch a lot of videos, you watch a lot of things, and excuse me, you watch a lot of things, and everybody talks about what you need and how great it is, and their expenses and everything else. But nobody really comes on, very few come on and explain to you in the beginning. You don't really know what you're getting into. You think you do, you think you've watched, and I'm totally guilty of it. You watch a lot of videos, you pay attention to things, and you think you got it figured out. You don't. You don't. So when you first start out in your mobile journey, you think you got it figured out. I mean, I believed, you know, I got a car, I can tow it behind my RV, I can DoorDash wherever I'm at. Great. I was well aware before I started that money in other cities may not be as well as it was here because, well, they're not as big as here. My commutes were going to be a little bit more than what it is here in Phoenix, but that's okay. I knew all this. I also knew that there would be maintenance and there would be things that would need to be fixed as I went along. And I did not look at that as a downside because when my second ex-husband disappeared, my sons were just out of high school, and when our vehicles broke down, I had to fix them myself. And at first it sucked, and I've got a previous video about that, but it built my self-confidence. Every time something worked and I fixed it and it passed emissions and whatever else, it built my self-confidence. So I convinced myself that this is going to build my self-confidence even more, which it did. But in the beginning, I was terrified of dealing with electrical issues. That was the part that scared me. But you have to live and learn. And when you first start out on this journey, they don't tell you that things are going to break down. And if you're not coupled up, you don't have a significant other, you're doing this by yourself. I'm lucky I've got the dogs with me, so I'm not necessarily by myself. I do have the animals, but when it comes to fixing things, I am on my own to do it. I'm not afraid to do it. But I have a network of wonderful family and friends that when something goes wrong, I can call somebody and they can help me walk through it. They can help me get what I need. And you learn, I'm not talking to van life or anything like that. I'm talking to, I have a large 31-foot Class A RV, a motorhome. And when you have a car attached to the back, whether I've had it where the car's on the trailer, I've had it where it's the tow dolly. I've never done the flat tow yet. But you have to be very aware of your size. So you can't just get off the freeway and go into any regular gas station because you might not fit. You have to really be aware of what your height is and your width is. And there's been a lot of times where I've gotten off and it's a local gas station, but it has spots for trucks and stuff, so I know I'll fit. I can tell by the when I get there that I'll fit. But I get there and there's a lot of cars there. Now I cannot just pull up to the pump like a car can. I have to always be conscious and aware that when I pull out, I have to have room to turn without hitting pumps or anybody else or even hurting my vehicles. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's not difficult. It's easy once you understand how that works. But that's the point that I'm gonna share I'm gonna change out the curtains. I'm gonna share the video with you, and then I'm gonna do a few series of videos on if you are starting out in the mobile life, whether it's Class A, Class C, you're doing van life, whatever it is, you're starting your mobile journey. That can be very isolating and lonesome and scary for some people because you don't really know what you're getting into. And I want to quell some of those fears, and I want to with those videos reiterate to you that my contact information is below. There's messaging below, and I have it's hooked up to, everything's hooked up to my phone, so I get notifications. Unless I am physically behind the wheel driving, I'm not going to give you an answer. But if I'm not behind the wheel driving and I'm waiting for an order, or I'm waiting for gas, because if I have to fill up this beast, I can take anywhere between 15 to 25, 30 minutes to fill it if it's empty, which I don't let it get empty when I'm driving. I always stop at I never let it get below half a tank. Reason being is because my generator is also hooked up. It runs through the gas tank, and once you hit a quarter tank, the generator will stop. It's a safety mechanism so I don't run out of gas. So I always make sure that I have a half a tank or more in the RV when I am traveling, just for the purpose of if something happens and I'm stuck somewhere, I actually have gas to run the generator. So if I need to cook food, or if I need to use the AC unit or something else, if I need to use something to keep me and the dogs safe and comfortable until it can get taken care of. So I'm going to share those things with you too. But again, contact information's below. My whole purpose of the contact stuff is not to tell you what to do or how to do, but if you're anything like I am, just speaking my problems or my issues into speaking it to somebody else who's not emotionally attached to the situation, they can see things sometimes that I can't, and maybe they will ask a question or make a comment or something that will trigger me to go, oh, I'm not thinking clearly. Okay, back up, let's re-look at this. So the purpose of my contact information below is literally that I want to be that voice for you. I want to ask you that proper question or make that proper statement to you that will force you to trip the way your brain is thinking currently, so you can look at it differently. Because when we are stressed out and we have anxiety and we're emotionally attached to whatever's going on, we don't always know how to stop it and cause ourselves to, okay, wait a minute, we're going down the rabbit hole, let's stop, let's relook at it. You can't always refocus that way, and sometimes you just need somebody that's not attached to it to help you refocus, and that could be quick or it might not. Anyways, contact information is below, so feel free to reach out if you need somebody that will do that for you, because I will gladly do it. And again, there is no charge, it's all free. It's a cell phone. I mean, it's not my private one, but it is a cell phone. If you need to call, you can text, you can email, I leave that down below. You can leave a message down below. Again, if I'm driving, I'm not going to be able to help at the moment, but once I stop to pick up food, I have to wait sometimes so I can respond then. Or if you need to speak with somebody, I can talk to you. I can pull over and have a conversation with you. If we need to, okay, it's that dire at that moment for you, we can set up a time a little ways down the road if you need to for more time. But feel free to reach out. That's what the whole point of this is. Building our soul tribe so we can all be strong and kind and compassionate people to each other. Anyways, have a nice day. Love ya.